Yo, guys, I just had my most productive conversation I've ever had with ChatGPT. I developed a framework for how to develop emotional commercials into a narrative script, which then evolved into thinking at a higher level on how to use that same protocol for higher level thinking. Basically, how do you take abstract thoughts and put them into a comprehensive narrative, and then also use that to inform some of the IP that I'm working on for my company, Kuzan Analytics and Intelligence, Kuzai. Um, and it's basically this idea of a cognition engine or cognitive engine that the agent works between a database and a set of prompts in like a loop, and that's kind of how it does processes work, which then could be built into a supernova system, which will be built on NemoClaw, which is built on top of OpenClaw, which was built on top of Claude Code. These are layers of the AI world, right? And I was all doing this in like a 2 hour conversation. It's the most I've ever gotten done, and it's because of one thing. There's this new feature where the AI will, it's like they took the old advanced voice that used to stop and listen to you, but then they adjusted the triggers for the runtime on the back end so that it can partially run. So it can take certain pieces of what you say and run part of it and respond, and then it will go to the next thing, and it'll run its back end, it'll do that, and it won't push it all out to you until you stop talking or until you give it a good break. And it also, what's so fascinating is because when it was doing this, I'm like, wait a minute, I wonder if this thing can actually remember where I interrupted it. Because I just stumbled across it over the weekend when I was trying to talk to my buddy Curtis, and I was like, something's really different about the interface right now. Something's happening that I can't really understand. And then it occurred to me today as it was sitting there and thinking, and it's able, number one, it's because it breaks things down into like parts and it continually, it thinks like a couple times while you're talking. It's able to process a lot more token input and a lot more reasoning. So it can, it's doing reasoning across what you're saying. And I used to, every once in a while, like I call bleeping it out, to where it would run out of its resources to do the reasoning, and it would just kind of blip, and then it resets back. It forgets that prompt, and then I used to see my prompt come up, but then I get no response. But now it doesn't. The prompt doesn't come up. I guess it stores it on the back end, but it never gets processed into the system. So I was like, all right, so how do I get it to go back, like snap back to where it took off? And I said, okay, GPT, look, when I interrupt you, remember at the point, well, I tested it first. I said, can you remember and find exactly where I interrupted you? And then take the context that you didn't get to yet and then roll that into your next prompt, which is added on top of what I'm about to say now. And it was able to do that. And then we added up a couple other coherence rules in there, and it was just like having a conversation with a person. It's freaking amazing. Like it just needed some little fine tuning with the prompts, and this feature does what I've been trying to build with Nova, from Vibing with Nova, my YouTube channel, that I'm going to build in the Supernova system, which will be like an interface layer for licensed professionals that are regulated on how to cohere through complex projects, right? And it's an idea of reducing cognitive load on the end user. And so I think this is a huge, huge, huge technology boost, and I have yet to see anything about it. I don't even know what it's called. I don't even think GPT knows what I'm talking about. I was trying to understand what it's doing differently, and it wasn't fully understanding. Like it had a sense of what I was saying, but it needs to go like find that somewhere in the internet and then learn about it, and then it could learn about itself and talk more intelligently about itself and then it could reason better about itself. And that's what I've been doing for the last like year with GPT and vibing with Nova. And that's so it's fascinating what's happening right now in AI. And this is just one thing that I don't think anyone's paying attention to yet, but I think it's a huge game changer. So anyway, hey, I'm gonna put this on my agentic AI YouTube and follow us for things that Cruise AI is developing in terms of AI. It's called Agentify, the YouTube channel. So thanks. See ya.